Congratulations, Mr. President.
The golden age of America begins right now. Today I will sign a series of historic executive orders.
A little more than 2 months after Donald J. Trump began his second term as President of the United States, a former president, Barack Obama, came to a small town in upstate New York to have a conversation with the college president. Earlier that day, the Trump administration had imposed sweeping tariffs.
In other words, they charge us, we charge them less, so how can anybody be upset?
And the stock market had responded with its sharpest decline in 4 years. Obama arrived at Hamilton College, far from the noise of Washington, D.C. and the turbulence of Wall Street, for what was billed as a general talk with college president Stephen Tepper, in front of a largely student audience.
Thank you. Thank you, Hamilton. Oh. Woo! Woo!
Okay.
I'm fired up.
It was incredibly exciting. There's so much anticipation, so much buzz on campus and in the community. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, I think the students see him as sort of a Michael Jordan of democracy. I expected the conversation to be at a very high level, that we would talk about his foundation, that we would talk about leadership in this moment, that it would feel a little bit more like a commencement set of remarks trying to inspire our students. And of course it had elements of that, but the remarks went further and deeper than I think I could have imagined.
I think it's interesting that Obama chose to come to a small liberal arts college in upstate New York to have this conversation. We're not a swing state. This isn't a politically important place from that sense. It's not a big research institution or university. He chose not to give a speech, but rather have a conversation. And I think to do so, not in the kind of heated moment just in January of 2025, but a few months later, was an opportunity to be more reflective. I think about presidential voices, right, whether that's current presidents or ex-presidents, former president, as carrying tremendous weight in defining not just the past, but also the present, and sketching out, kind of laying out a vision of what America might be, right? Who it might include, where it might go from here, what the stakes are of laying claim to that identity. You think about some of these other presidential speeches, it seems to me, what's always interesting is that some of them really didn't register in the moment that they were delivered, right? And so sometimes what's fascinating is how a speech gains importance or gains resonance in the years that follow.
It's hard to understand the identity of an ever-changing America precisely because it's ever-changing. But there are sort of long-standing sort of trajectories involved. If we think about 250 years ago or the Constitution founding era, the nation, the people, the country was established with a sort of a ethos. And one important part of it, certainly, is precisely the sort of ongoing conversation about exactly who we are.
It's a very noisy world. We're scrolling, doom scrolling every day, news headlines, and sometimes a leader has to step above that and focus our attention on what really matters, what is at stake.
This is the first time I've been speaking publicly for a while. I've been watching a little bit.